Hello, guys. Good day. This is Anna of Reinforcement Club, your fellow positive reinforcer. Today, we are going to talk about how to eat healthy without the need for a diet. Now, I personally believe that most of the people live to eat, and some people they eat to live. Yes, they do exist. Otherwise, food is life. Whatever thing that we do each day in all sorts of situation, in some point we need to eat. Now here comes dieting. Dieting came along because it seems like we're not minding our choices of food. Now, when we think about dieting, it's kind of a harsh thing to do because our choices now become restricted. It means we have limited choices now, even though we do love to eat all sorts of food. It makes us feel alive because we live to eat. Now, today, I am going to give you 10 tips on how to eat healthy without even thinking about diets. Now, talking about healthy eating, what I'm trying to say is the very first thing that you can do about this is prioritize whole foods. That is number one because these whole foods will give us energy in all walks of life. Now, what are whole foods? Whole foods mean fruits and vegetables, whole grains, and meat. My favorite meat. I'm sorry, I'm not a vegetarian, but I do love cooking meaty foods. Now, whole foods packed with nutrients that your body needs to function at its best is what you basically need. Unlike processed foods, which can be high in unhealthy fats, sugars, and empty calories, whole foods provide you with essential vitamins, minerals, fibers, and healthy fats, as well as protein. For example, instead of grabbing a sugary cereal in the morning, you might want to consider taking a bowl of oatmeal topped with fresh berries and sprinkle of nuts. So whichever nuts you prefer. Well, I personally love pecan nuts. The oatmeal provides whole grains. The berries add antioxidants in that food. Plus, the nuts offer healthy fats and protein. When you eat this food in the morning, this will fuel you, give you warm up, get you ready to face the day with all stress, that you might gonna encounter along the way. The second thing that you can do is eat mindfully. Now, what I'm trying to say about mindful eating is that you have to be present during meals, paying attention to the flavors, the textures, and your body's hunger signal. It also applies to, how you feel about eating the certain food. Thinking about the effect of this particular food after you consume them. Like, for example, I am a lactose intolerant person, but I can still manage eating ice cream, drinking milk, and eat some dairy products. It has a minimal side effects in me. But I have noticed that, for the last 3 months, I do love hot chocolate drinks. I add up loads of milk in my hot chocolate, which is delicious. But then, I drink hot chocolate twice a day. But then every after I drink hot chocolate, I feel full, I feel heavy. And I go beyond my personal standard of, I got a personal standard for my own weight, which is 50 to 51 kilos. But for the last 3 months, after consuming milk almost every day, plus a small slice of cake every time I drink hot chocolate. I go beyond my personal standard. I know that sounds silly. I'm still within the normal BMI, but I go beyond that standard of between 50 and 51 kilos, and I don't feel good. So starting yesterday, yeah, I cut off milk. I still do drink hot chocolate, but this time without milk. I cut off the cake. I replace it with banana or apple plus nuts, pecan nuts. That's one of my favorite. So that's what I'm talking about. Eating mindfully. Being sensitive about your body. After you consume a certain food. It's also important to limit sweetened drinks. Sweetened drinks, salty foods, saturated fats, processed red, processed red meat. Yeah, there's some processed red meat, or the so-called trans fats. Always remember that whenever you see trans fats, since you're eating mindfully and you're reading the labels, trans fat means heart disease. These are liquid oils turned into solid fats, and you're just merely eating them. So these trans fats are present in fried foods, as well as in those commercially baked products, like the cake I consume. I just bought it in a big store, for a grocery, so it hasn't got a good effect in me. You might want to consider limiting the so-called full fat dairy products like milk, especially when you are into a low glycemic diet. Because when the milk gets into the system in the body, it breaks down and turns into glucose in blood. So that's why after drinking milk, you feel energized. Yes, this could be good. It's a source of protein to some people. And, some people, this could be bad. Milk could be bad. And there are also other types of milk you might want to try along the way on your journey of healthy eating. So you have choices. It means you're not limited, you're not restricted. The next thing you can do, which is number 3, is balance your plate. Ensure a variety of nutrients, which must be present on your plate each meal. Like, for example, for lunch, you can have a grilled chicken on the plate, lean protein, with a steamed carrots and broccoli. Oh my gosh, that makes me feel hungry this time while I'm talking to you. You can also add up a small portion of quinoa, which is a whole grain. Now, this combination provides you with protein for muscle repair, fiber for digestion, and complex carbohydrates for energy. This style or approach of balancing your plate supports a sustained energy levels and prevents, nutrients deficiencies in you. Like, for example, you've noticed that, for some women, they've noticed that they have iron deficiency. So try to incorporate foods with high iron in each of your meal or a majority of your meal. High iron foods. Number 4 is, be smart in picking your snacks. Pick healthy snacks. Healthy snacks help maintain energy levels and prevent you from overeating during meals, because there is a lap between your main meals, lunch, dinner, breakfast, and you need to eat snacks in between. So be mindful with your choices about your snacks. And although you are mindful, it must be your favorite snack. Now, instead of reaching for a bag of chips or crisps, you might want to consider a handful of almonds and apple or banana. in your snack. Almonds provide healthy fats and protein, while apple adds fiber and natural sweetness. Sweet apple and banana, or it could be a slice of watermelon. Opting for nutrient dense snacks gives your body the fuel it needs between meals. Rather than, yeah, of course, it's nice to eat crisps during snack time. In some point, yeah, you could still grab crisps, but not too much. After eating a handful of crisps, or just a small amount, limited amount of crisps, then you can eat your banana or apple plus nuts to fuel your body. Number 5 is it's important to keep your body hydrated. Stay hydrated. Water helps with digestion, nutrient absorption, and maintain energy levels. There are times that we feel like we are hungry, but the truth is we are just thirsty. We feel that there's something missing in our life, in our tummy this time. But when we drink water and our tummy is full, we forget about the crisps, the chips, the bag of chips. We forget about them. It means that we are just thirsty. We aren't hungry. Number 6. Now, this tip is quite cost effective. You might want to consider cooking at home. So, cooking at home allows you to control what goes into your meals, making it easier to choose healthier ingredients and avoid excess sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats. Now, number 7 is listen to your body. What I'm trying to say about this is that your body can naturally regulate food intake based on its need. Now, you can avoid overeating and develop a healthier relationship with food by paying attention to your hunger and fullness cues. When you feel full, even though there's still some foods on your plate, it's way better to stop. But there are instances when the food is really delicious though. You want to consume all of it and then add another one. Always remember that our body has signals when it's hungry and when it's full. So it's important to pay attention and keep your tolerance at the normal level. Because once you eat a lot, when you overeat, your capacity will also increase. So it will require you more foods to eat the next time around, and then more food the next time around, until you become unnoticingly, you become bigger and bigger each time. Number 8 is incorporate movement, physical activities with your healthy eating journey. Regular physical activity complements healthy eating by helping maintain a healthy weight, improve your mood. When you feel sad, you want to eat a lot. So exercise can save you from your negative mood and overeating. So keep moving. And also, exercise can enhance your overall well-being. Exercise can influence our mind, body, and our relationship, even the quality of our work, how we think. And the same is true with eating. That's why eating and physical activity are best match. Exercise also increase energy levels and can help regulate your appetite. Have you noticed it when you lift weight after you eat cakes and ice cream? You feel hungry afterwards after lifting heavy weights, which means that cakes and ice cream wouldn't be enough for you to sustain that activity. Unlike if you eat lean meat, vegetables while lifting well after, and then lift well weight, It's quite sustainable. You can even finish the entire exercise session when you have a good diet, because food, good food, do fuel our body, whatever we want to do with it. Number 9 is don't skip meals. Skipping meals can lead you to low energy levels, and at the end of that is overeating. Overeating is the answer after skipping meals, as your body tries to compensate from the missed calories. So it's important to eat regularly, balanced meals, which can keep your metabolism steady and energy levels consistent. So don't skip meals. So still, don't forget about eating though, even though it's late. Don't skip meals. Lastly, this is important. Enjoy the process. Viewing healthy eating as a positive and enjoyable part of your life rather than a thing to do, a restriction, a policy to to abide into. If you view it as a journey, as a challenge for you, it encourages you to adhere to your own rules in the long run. Rules which are good for you. Rules of your own choice. Focusing on the benefits and the pleasure of eating well makes it easier to make it a lasting habit. So it's important to know what's best for you, what's right for you, for your body, so it can function, you know, excellently at its best when you need it, especially when you need it. All in all, eating without a strict diet is about making a simple, sustainable choices that fit naturally into your lifestyle. By prioritizing this whole foods, it's the basic energy fuel of your body, practicing a mindful eating, developing a healthy relationship with foods, feeling the effect of foods in your body every time you experiment, especially when you experiment eating this food, how would you feel about afterwards, that it makes you feel good, does it fuels you, and finding an enjoyment in the process of you and your food relationship journey. You can nourish your body and maintain a well-being without feeling limited because of merely thinking about your diet, your diet, your diet. Just feel free to eat what you want. Do experiment. You can even add flavors and choose the textures of the food that you eat. You have the freedom to choose, and you can make your own rules. So just be mindful about what's good for you. It's not about perfection, but balance and listening to your body's needs. Now, if you ever loved this episode today, you can follow me in YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, as well as in the Amazon Podcasts. Reinforce Me Club. This is Anne, by the way, your fellow positive reinforcer. I do appreciate your time and have a lovely day ahead. Thank you.